Okay, hello and welcome to this tutorial in how to design your own sushi tray using spaceclaim. So it will end up looking something like this. The first part is to draw this profile of the side, which you can then pull. So you're going to start with a blank page. You're going to have home view to start. Easiest to actually do it in plan view first of all. And I'm going to draw a rectangle, and that rectangle is going to be 300 millimeters by 50. That's the rough constraints of the size that you've got to work with. Now the base, I want a flat section of 40 millimeters, so I'm just drawing a line there. There's this line tool, and then the top corner here, 40 millimeters. Now I'm going to have a nice curve in the center, but I want it to be even on all sides. So what I'm going to do firstly is draw a construction line, center to center there, and then center to center that way. And now I've got my midpoint, and I can also right click and set these as mirror lines. Now what that means is that whatever I do on one line, it will repeat in the other quadrant. So I'm going to use this spline tool. Might take a bit of playing around this. Okay, I'm going to find the point here where I did the first line, and I'm going to click. I'm going to zoom in to make sure I'm doing it accurately. Click several times, building up this gradual curve, and when you're done you just right click and then finish spline. Now what I do, if I use this trim away function, I can actually trim away these mirror lines that I started with, as well as those two curves, and I can also trim away the box that I no longer need. And what you'll end up with is the curve profile of your sushi tray. Now the thickness is 6mm, so I'm going to use this offset curve tool here, and I'm going to click here, hold control and select all the lengths I want to offset. I'm going to go up 6mm, and then with the line tool just join up the ends like so. Right, that now is the profile of the sushi tray. And now I'm going to go into 3D mode, which means I'm going to click pull. It automatically goes into 3D mode, and I click and drag, hit spacebar, and then you can type the height that you want, in which case we're going to go 140mm. Right, at the moment it's on its side, which is not that helpful to us, so what I'm going to do is actually select, triple click on it, and then I'm going to move. I click on this red curved arrow. That allows me to rotate it round, hit spacebar again, and I can hit 90. Right, that is the sushi tray. I don't want this to interact with any other components in the drawing, so I'm going to right click here on solid, right click, move to new component. I'm going to call that sushi, what should we call it? Sushi tray itself, yeah. Now the next bit, I forgot to add a hole here, so what I'm going to do is click there, plan view, and the hole I needed to have put is 7mm, so I'm just going to do a 7mm hole there, and I'm going to push through. So it's just this hole I want, push it all the way through. Okay, that's still part of the sushi tray component. Now I'm going to start adding the actual stand. So if I go plan view again, and then I need to be in sketch mode, I'm going to draw the stand, and it's 22mm wide, and I'm going to pull this up. It's about 10mm up, and the edges, I'm going to take the edges down. Now that's curve at the moment. I actually want that to be chamfered. So if you click chamfer, you've then got these square edges, so you can adjust that to whatever the chamfer is that you want. Right, that's the top part of the aluminium stand, so I'm just going to right click here, move to new component, and I'm going to say stand top. Now that stand top is different to the sushi tray, so I could for instance turn it off, on and off, the different parts. They don't interact with one another. I also need the bottom part of the stand, so I'm going to click here, sketch mode again. I'm going to draw another 22mm diameter circle. I'm going to pull that down, hit spacebar, 50mm now. And don't forget, we need holes in this where it's actually going to be drilled. So I'm going to first of all, it's 11 millimeters. The hole, this needs to be wide enough to, it needs to be wide enough to put the screw in. I'm going to push that down to 30 mil, and then there's another hole here. If I go into sketch mode, and this one is just 6 millimeters, and I'm going to push that, and this is going to go all the way up to that surface. Right, now that's the other part there. I'm going to right click on that, move to new component, and this is going to be called stand bottom. And the beauty with having these different components now is I can turn them on and off. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Home view, there we go. You can also make this smarter by rendering it using KeyShot. So have a go at that. The extension is to draw the various parts of the sushi tray, the plastic section, the different pieces of wood in an exploded drawing. Right, good luck.